Hi, I'm Kirk Howard here at Merrillhurst, and I just want to show you how to look for some articles in our databases. We've got some great articles that look through thousands of journals. I know you guys have already started with this. I just want to show you some clues that might help you out. So here we are on the main shown library page. I'm going to go to databases right in the middle of the screen here. Click on databases. There's a couple of ways to get here. I'm actually going to go to databases by subject right here in the middle of the screen again. There's a link, databases by subject. I'm going to click on that. And now over here on the left, I'll see a whole list of subjects that we study here at Merrillhurst. And down on they're in alphabetical order. Down on the bottom, there's sustainable business. I'm going to click on that. And here we've put together a lot of the databases that are relevant to different topics. In this case, they're relevant to sustainable business. And the very first database up here, it says combined search, sustainable business, combined database search. This is great because we've already combined a lot of the great databases that we've got, including Business Source Complete and a couple of the environmental databases and a few others together, so you don't have to look through each one individually. This way you can look through each database at once and find thousands and thousands of articles, hopefully, depending on your topic. So I'm going to click on this, and this is where, since you're probably off campus, you'll be asked for your last name and your Merrillhurst ID number. That's your library number as well. So I just want to show you, so now it's searching the databases. Where it says searching academic search complete, it says choose databases right here. Go ahead and click on this, because and we've already pre-selected. These are all the different databases we've selected. Business Source Complete's down there. There's Green File. There's Environment Complete. So there's a lot of things clicked here. There might be some others as well that you would want, depending on what your topic is. If you're doing anything with health services, there's some great health databases. There's Health Source. Anything psychology oriented, there's a couple of psychology databases here. If you're doing anything with human resources, you might want to click those. Each time you click one of these, it'll bring in more additional database or journals to look through. For the topic I'm going to look for, I'm going to type in, I'm going to add, let's see, newspaper source over here on the right. That looks pretty good. And regional business news over here on the right as well. When I add these this way, I'll get citations for some different newspapers and business newspapers. That might be helpful for me. We'll see. And I'm going to click OK. So now I can do my search. So I'm going to look for wind power in Oregon. So I'm going to type in wind power, and whenever you have more than one word you want to search, you want to search as a phrase, you put those words in quotes. In this case, wind power, I put those words in quotes. That way I'll find those words together. Otherwise, you might get them separate, and it might not be relevant to what I'm looking for. So I'm going to type in wind power, excuse me, and then the same line or the second line. I'm just going to use the same line. Outside of the quotes, I'm going to put Oregon. So this way, my search is looking for articles and reports on wind power in Oregon. I'm going to say search. Probably going to get a bunch of stuff. Right up here it says I've got 469 articles. That's great. If I look over here on my left, it shows that the oldest article is from 1974. If I want to do some historical stuff, like what they were doing back then, I could keep this. I would look for this. If I just want stuff from the last few years, I could slide this little bar up. I'm going to say up to maybe 2008. And in a second, it'll take me down to 293 articles. So now I've got just the articles from the last 6 years or so. So that's great. So now we've got a lot of articles here. Some of these you'll see the very first one, Portland General Electric Company SWOT analysis. What's neat about this, through the Business Source Complete database, which is one of the databases included in the search, you'll get a lot of SWOT analyses for bigger companies. In this case, excuse me, I'm sorry. This could be a really helpful database to look for. report to look through. There's the PDF full text right there. If I click on this, I get the full PDF. Over here, the second one, wind turbine energy payback. This one, the logo, the icon right here says academic journal, so I know it's a good scholarly academic source. Whereas the number 3 and 4 that says periodical, that means it's probably from a magazine, in this case Bloomberg Business Week, or a newspaper, or the fourth one, Oregon Business Magazine. So they're not as scholarly, but there might still be some good stuff there too. This second article looks really interesting to me. So I'm going to click on the title, and whenever you click on the title, you just about always get an abstract. And this can really give you a good idea what the article is all about. So that's pretty helpful. Also, well, I'll go back a second. Under each, as part of each citation, you'll see a line that says subjects. These can be really helpful to look for as well, because these might give you additional search terms to use. Like I looked up wind power. Wind turbines might be another really good search to do. So in a second, I'll play with that. But I also want to show you when I go back and click on the title to look at the abstract. I want to show you something really cool. Over here on the right, you'll be citing these APA style, which is a lot of fun to do. Over here on the right side, this is where you can print off this citation. You can email it to yourself. You can download it. There's a logo, or I'm sorry, an icon that says cite. When I click on that, I'll get the article in several different citation styles, including APA right here. So what you can do is cut and paste this into your Works Cited page. This is a short article. It does not have an author, so it starts with the title. This does make mistakes sometimes. In this case, if you've been doing APA much, you'll know that the titles of articles and books, you only capitalize the first word of the title and subtitle if there is one, and any proper nouns. So in this one really screwed it up. It capitalized everything. So if I was going to do this, I would cut and paste this into my paper, and then I would go back and edit it so just the W in wind was capitalized and all the other ones were not. But a lot of times this does get it correct. You always want to proofread it, but it will still save you time, because you know, instead of typing all this stuff out, you can just cut and paste it, and then go back and fix, always proofread it, fix what's not quite right. So I just want to go back and show you one more neat thing, a couple of neat things. I'm going to put in, since we saw wind turbines is another search term, I'm going to type in wind turbines. And then I'll put Oregon on the second line. So what this, and then I put or in between these two search terms. So my search is going to look for wind power or wind turbines and Oregon. And right now we've got 293 articles. This should add a few more. It went up to 396. So that's another way. It's good to search through these search terms under each citation. If you find a good article, like maybe environmental impact analysis might be something I'd want to try, or several others. So it's always good to look through those to get additional search terms. And then if you find two that are similar, like wind power or wind turbines, put or in between, and it will look for either one of those. Pretty slick. In this case, I did that, and Oregon. So my search has to have one of the first two search terms and Oregon. So that's kind of neat. I want to show you a few more things. A lot of times you do get the full text here. You don't always, but a lot of times you do. Sometimes you don't. I'm going to try to find a good article. Here's an article down here from The Economist. It looks like it is not full text in this database. So there's two things you can do. You always want to click, so you have two choices. Find full text at shown library and request item through interlibrary loan. When you do this, it's very easy. Click on request item through interlibrary loan. It's a piece of cake. Just type in your name, ID number, and your email address. Hit submit at the bottom, and usually in just a few days we'll get it for you, and we will email it to you. So we'll request it from another library. They will, in most cases, scan it and email it to us, and then we'll just forward it on to you. So it comes to your email. You don't have to come to the library, of course, and it's free, so that's cool. Take advantage of that. Before you do that, it's always good to click over here where it says find full text at shown library, because this article might be available in another database. Let's see what happens. I'm going to click on find full text at shown library, and it might say, sorry, you're out of luck, or it might say it's in this other database. Let's see what happens. So this is great. It claims that it's in this other database. Sometimes it gets it wrong. I hope it's telling me the truth this time. It's taking me to another database, and when you sometimes you'll see a screen like this. We're having a hard time with some of these databases, all these Gale databases that this claims it's full text in. It's often not correct. So and like I said, in some cases, you'll click on it and it'll take you right to the article. In this case, we're getting some bad thing. So when that happens, don't even worry about it. Just close this window, go back here, and go ahead and request the item through interlibrary loan. Don't worry about trying to find it full text. So anyway, that's what we encourage you to request articles through full text, because not everything is full text on here. You'll get a lot of things that are, but not everything is. Like we did before, we limited our search up here over on the left just for articles from 2008 to 2014. Also, you can limit your search to just the scholarly or peer-reviewed journals. I know that's what you mostly want to find. Maybe a few newspapers are okay, but I've got 396 articles to choose from. I'm going to click this little box and see. That gets me down to 44 articles on wind power or wind turbines in Oregon. So now I've got 44 articles to choose from. Not all of them will be full text, but I can request them through full text. Through interlibrary loan. It's pretty slick. I can click on any of these guys and any of the titles, and like we did before, find out what the article's about, see if it's something I really want. And remember, over here on the right, click on Cite, and there's the APA citation. Always proofread these before you cut and paste them into your paper. Or after you do, be sure to proofread them and replace any errors that they put in there. But usually that'll save you a lot of time. So this is really fast what these databases have to offer. It still can be confusing. Go ahead and search through them. Please give us a call at 503, looking at our new phone number here, 503-534-7040. We'll go to the reference desk, or just email us at reference@merrillhurst.edu. We really want to help you guys out. Thanks a lot.